This is the story of the city mental health clinic where Peter, the director, leads a generally happy team. They recently went through a restructuring that brought a new boss, Steve, into the initial services department. Steve is degreed in psychology and organizational communication, so it was thought that he'd be a good fit and be able to be autonomous. The reorg also brought more definition between professional and administrative staff. Val was promoted to senior member of staff. A long-term employee, Dot, who was also known to be difficult to work with, was brought in to give more clerical support to the busy team. This newly reorganized team began to work together and develop friction among them. The staff were actually yelling at each other, and often Dot broke down into tears. All she could talk about was finishing 4 more years so she could retire with 30 years employment and full benefits. The team triangulated and took sides between Steve and Dot, who were in conflict. Val was always devoted to Steve, and her performance appraisal and raise demonstrated his appreciation of her. When reviewing the initial services department's performance appraisals, Peter noticed that Dot's revealed some disappointing remarks. Peter recalled that 3 months before the appraisals, he had asked Steve to set up a meeting with Val, Dot, and one other employee who always had Dot's back. Peter wanted the 4 of them to get down to the bottom of the problem. Dot called in sick on the day of the appointment. She felt there was no amount of talking that was going to change Steve's management style. Instead of talking it out, Dot and Steve wrote each other intense emails with lists of their expectations, or more like their demands. Today, Steve and Dot both brought copies of the emails to Peter's desk. Peter's head is in his hands. He has read these emails 3 times, and he has no idea what to do.